go sprint car racing tonight? I can't hear you guys. Who's ready to go sprint car racing tonight? All right, that's good. That's good. Let's turn them loose. Heat race number 1, ready to go green. Chris Martin with the whole shot down the back straightaway. Tanner Gebhardt will have a nice run down the inside of Chase Richards as he'll get up to second. And Paul Neinhiser from 50. Now Gebhardt closes the door on Neinhiser on the inside of turns 1 and 2. As they're all chasing the 44 of Chris Martin right now. The 2 times is on the fly. Gebhardt once again to the bottom, so Neinhiser will take a look at the top side as he runs the third. Fourth is Riley Goodnow. Chase Richards back to fifth, now on the 4. Chris Martin continues to lead the way as Paul Neinhiser drives around the outside of Tanner Gebhardt to pick up that second spot. As we mentioned, our heat race winners and all the top 3 passing points will go to our dash here tonight. Right now, Paul Neinhiser is looking pretty good for one of those top 3 passing points positions, even if he can't run down your leader, Chris Martin, who seems to be pulling away from that car number 44. Gebhardt back to third. Riley Goodnow would like to get around him and try to pick up some passing points and perhaps lead in the dash race farther up in tonight's main event. The field being strung out now here in those performance heat race number 1. Chris Martin will take a look at the white flag. 1 to go. The 2-time champ, Chris Martin. Neinhiser, Gebhardt. That's the way we're going to finish here as we take the checking. Chris Martin, your winner. Running second will be the 50 car of Paul Neinhiser. Third goes to Tanner Gebhardt. Fourth will be the 22X of Riley Goodnow. And fifth to the 4 of Chase Richards.
Getting some laps here and getting some points with the Sprint Invaders in the 21H of TJ Hattie. So row 1, the 16 of Dustin Clark, the 40C of Cody Worley. Row 2, the 51J Ryan Jameson, the 4 of Cam Martin. And row 3, the 7 of Tyler Lee. The 21H of TJ Hattie, Kenny Dixon. Taking a look, and here we go. Dustin Clark getting the jump at the start. Cody Worley up on the inside. Here comes Cam Martin on the high side. Started fourth, now up to second. 3-way battle for your lead. Dustin Clark. Cody Worley now with a charge on the low side. Cody Worley, your new leader. A winner here last July. And leading heat race number 2. Dustin Clark is second. Cam Martin is third, then Ryan Jameson, Tyler Lee, and TJ Hattie. Cam Martin now surging by Dustin Clark for that second spot. As we are halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Tyler Lee taking a ride over the top of turn 4, but returns in car number 7. Action all over the place now as Cody Worley out front. Cam Martin trying to run him down as the laps wind down. 2 to go. Now trouble for Cam Martin. He slows on the backstretch. Cam Martin slows and comes to a stop. So caution lights are out. 1 lap to go, 1 lap dash. Heat race number 2, and here we go. A good jump for Cody Worley. Dustin Clark is second. Then Ryan Jameson, your battle right now for 4th, but winning heat race number 2, Cody Worley.
And your final row, Tasker Phillips and Nate Parks as we get set to go 8 laps to distance. Morning Sun Farm Implement heat race number 3. Right quarters on the start as Ryan Button's right front into the left rear of Alan Zoot. It'll be McCain Richards with the lead. He'll lead the black car parade down the back straightaway as it's Richards, Fisher, and Button. Colton Fisher up dusting off the top side as Alan Zoot goes for a spin, and that'll be a break for Fisher as he lost a couple of spots there, but he'll pick them back up on the restart as the caution comes out for the veteran Alan Zoot in turns 1 and 2. As we get set to go for a restart with 1 lap down and 7 to go. Fisher once again will try that high side. That'll allow Ryan Button to get to his inside down the back straightaway. Wheel to wheel for second as they race the 3 and 4, and Tasker Phillips stalking down. Not much up there on the top side right now. You can bet as the night goes on, Corey Drips and his track crew will probably do a little work to get that top side a little faster as the evening goes on, not only for the sprint cars, but for the weekly classes here as well, as Button slips under the inside of McCain Richards to take the lead in the 6R, and the caution is out again as Nate Parks loops the car number 17 over in turn 3. Parks, young driver out of Burlington, made his sprint car debut in the 305 division last night down at 34 Raceway in Burlington. And that event last night down there was won by Cody Worley driving the 27 car, and Tanner Gebhardt ran second in the 27L last night. McCain Richards now second, Colton Fisher in third, Tasker Phillips, Alan Zoot. As we get set to go back to green here in Morning Sun Farm Implement heat race number 3 for your Morfeld Solar Sprint Invaders. Again, Fisher will tie a little higher line there in 1 and 2 to try to slip around McCain Richards. And they'll be even down the back stretch. Tasker Phillips looking for racing room as well as they exit turn 4 side by side. Good battle for second right now. Richards able to get the advantage down the back straightaway. And you got 3 cars racing for that second spot with Ryan Button leading the way. Now Phillips will make it 3 wide. He'll drive Fisher up the track. He'll pick up that 3rd spot as Colton had to get on the binders, otherwise risk a collision there in 1 and 2, and now we'll see what Phillips can do. 3rd season with the Sprint Invaders for McCain Richards, and he's doing the smart thing right now, keeping it pinned on the bottom, as that is definitely the fast way around for the sprint cars at this time, as the white flag waves for Ryan Button. One more time around the quarter mile, working out in turns 3 and 4, picking up the checkered flag for heat race number 3. It'll be Ryan Bunton. Good run for McCain Richards in second. 1st spot goes to Colton Fisher. 4th to Tasker Phillips. 5th will be Alan Zoot, and Nate Parks will be scored in the 6th position.
Again, the finish will determine the first 3 rows starting spots for tonight's A main event. Your front row again, the 16 of Dustin Clark from Agency, Iowa, and the 50 of Paul Neinhiser from Chapin, Illinois. Row 2 on the inside, the 44 of Chris Martin from Ankeny, Iowa, the 40C of Cody Worley from Burlington. And your final row, the 6R of Ryan Button from Morton, Illinois, alongside the 31 of McCain Richards from Burlington. 6 laps, side by side, nose to tail at the cone, and here we go. Side by side to go into turns 1 and 2. Paul Neinhiser edges out to the lead. Dustin Clark in that 2nd spot. Cody Worley trying to find something on the high side, but it's Chris Martin moving into that 3rd spot. Here comes Ryan Button from the last row. He's up to 4th. He's got that wing in the trunk and riding low in that car number 6R as he tries to work over Chris Martin, he'll take that third spot. Keep an eye on the 6R as he tries to reel in Dustin Clark for that second spot in the front row A-main starting spot. Right now it's all Paul Neinhiser out front as we're 3 down, 3 to go. Now Bunton with a move on the low side of Dustin Clark. He'll take over that second spot. So it's Neinhiser, Bunton, Dustin Clark, Chris Martin, Cody Worley, and McCain Richards. Chris Martin now working into that third spot as through turns 3 and 4, your dash winner tonight, Paul Neinhiser.
Our AgriLand Farm Services dash winner here tonight has had a busy week thus far. We'll see if we get a comment from him on that. He's raced Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and now tonight, Sunday, 3 different race cars. You know he likes wheeling this Scott Boner-owned car number 50, the Midland Performance Matt Kinney Racing Engines Premier Powder Coating and Fabrication sponsored sprint car. Here he is, race fans, out of Chapin, Illinois. How about a nice round of applause for Paul Neinhiser. Well, Paul, I mentioned you've had a busy week this week, haven't you?
We really yeah, it's been a pretty busy week. We haven't really had any good results, so hopefully this tonight here at Benton, we got to win last fall, and hopefully we can end the weekend on a good note. It's been kind of trying, but Scott and Zoom, everybody, Travis, Matt Kinney back there, they're working really hard. So hopefully, if I do my job, we can get her done tonight.
Now, one of the things you have to love, usually when we would meet you in victory lane after the dash, you'd have to draw a pill, but this will be the second race in a row. Up the shake-up by winning the dash. We'll start from the pole tonight.
Yeah, I'd always rather start up front than have to work your way there. So hopefully it'll just be a good race for the fans. Starting out front, I hope to make it kind of boring, but there's a lot of good guys in this field here tonight. So we got our work cut out for us. We need to work on the car a little bit better and just put 25 good laps together.
And you earned your way into the dash by coming from 5th to 2nd in that heat race.
Yeah, we were pretty good there. I felt like we hit on a couple things maybe here in the dash. We weren't as good in the heat race, but had a couple good passes there that put us in position to be in the dash. And then you got to a lot of times you got to be in the dash to be up front in the feature. So kind of all working out so far, but still the race that pays left.
He'll start from the pole tonight. It's How about a nice round of applause again for Paul Neinhiser.
All right, thank you, Jeff. We're going to take a little break here to do some track prep. We'll be back with you shortly. I believe last call for 50-50 is going out. Going to have a good prize to send home with one lucky winner here tonight. You want to have a conversation with me on the microphone, Shadow?
6R, Ryan Bunton, front row. Row 2, Chris Martin, the 44, the 16 of Dustin Clark. Row 3 is the 40C of Cody Worley and the 31 of McCain Richards. Row 4, the 21H, TJ Hattie, and the 51J of Brian Jamison. Row 5 is the 99 of Colton Fisher and the 81 of Tanner Gebhardt. Row 6, the 1 Taz of Tasker Phillips, the 22X of Riley Goodnow, the 7 of Tyler Lee, and the 33 of Alan Zoot in row 7. Row 8 is the 4 car of Chase Richards, the 4C of Cam Martin. And your final row is the G5 of Gage Polkrebeck and the 17 of Nate Parks. All right, once again, race fans, we thank you so much for your patience here tonight as we get a racetrack ready to go for you for tonight's main event. If you would be so kind, everybody, boys and girls, up on your feet. Get a hand in the air. Give them a wave, make some noise. These are the Morfeld Solar Sprint Invaders. On behalf of Rick and Corey Drips and the entire Sprint Invader organization, we can't thank you enough for coming out for tonight's racing action here at the Benton County Speedway. Your final event of the night has the caution blink out, a field of 18 set to go for 25 laps. As they work off turns 3 and 4, let's go racing. Paul Neinhiser quickly out into the lead, a little contact in the middle of the pack between Tasker Phillips and McCain Richards, and now they're stacking up over in turn 2, and everybody stays safe. Nate Parks over the top in turns 3 and 4, but he'll stay on the gas and rejoin the field. It's Paul Neinhiser, your leader. Ryan Button running second. Chris Martin in the third spot. Then it is Coach Worley and the rest of the squad. Neinhiser getting out to about a 10-car length lead here in the first 3 laps as Button rides second. And we have caution on the speedway. Yellow coming out for Cam Martin. Martin, the younger brother of Chris Martin, who currently runs third, sideways over in turns 1 and 2. That'll bring out our first caution of the night as we get set for a restart in our Charlton-Kirk Automotive Group A main for the Moorfield Solar Sprint Invaders. Paul Neinhiser will set the pace, gets into the start zone, and he can stomp it when he's ready, and he's ready right now. Button with a good restart, able to keep pace, and he's right on the tail tank of Neinhiser down the backstretch as Cody Worley goes to work on the inside of Chris Martin, looking for the third spot. Worley again to the inside of Martin. Now Chris went a little higher line. We've got one sideways in turns 1 and 2. It's TJ Hattie, and that will bring out the caution. So one more lap going in the book there. 4 down and 21 to go as TJ Hattie out of Waupun, Wisconsin, spins the 21H car there in turn 1. As Paul Neinhiser will bring him back to the start zone just past that colored tire in turn 4, and we're back to green. Again, another big restart by Ryan Button. He'll put the slider on Neinhiser in turns 1 and 2. Paul crosses him over down the backstretch. And also Cody Worley able to get by Chris Martin momentarily, but now Martin back to third. Bold move by Button, had the lead briefly. Now Paul Neinhiser trying to stretch it out once again. Drivers working hard in the middle of the pack behind Fisher is making up some ground, but you've got a 4-car battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Neinhiser, Button, Martin, and Worley separating themselves from the rest of the field as we score the 6. Martin a little high on turn 2. Worley trying to make up ground as Tanner Dimhart now separates himself in 5th. As he starts to pull away from Jamison, he'll try to join that 4-car battle for the front. Neinhiser starting to inch away once again as Chris Martin takes a look on the high side of Button. Martin a little too tall there in turns 1 and 2. Worley with a big run down the backstretch. He'll try to go 2 for 1 here, and now Martin's off the top of the racetrack. Chris Martin over the top of turns 3 and 4, and that'll bring out the caution. Big move by Cody Worley to go from 4th to 2nd. Owns a feature win here at the Benton County Speedway. Yellow light is off. We're ready to go back to racing. 10 down, 15 to go. Cam Martin with a big move around the top. That car number 4 is now up to 5th. And I think they're going to catch him for jumping the start here. So Cam Martin, I believe, is going to be flagged for jumping the restart there. So he will be penalized 1 position for the jumped restart. That'll put the 16 of Dustin Clark back up in front of him. See if Neinhiser tries a little different strategy here, as Bunton has been a little quicker on the restarts here. And we're back to green. This time Bunton didn't get quite the charge on that restart, as Neinhiser will stretch it out a little bit down the back straightaway. Cody Worley now going to work on Ryan Bunton for second, as Neinhiser gets back out to an 8-car length advantage on lap 11. Gebhardt in 4th, Colton Fisher now in the top 5 with the 99 car, as Neinhiser goes up to the cushion now. As Worley gets around Bunton on the outside, he'll take over second. This time around we'll be halfway through this one, 13 down, 12 to go, as Paul Neinhiser and Cody Worley now both working that high side in 3 and 4. And then they go back down low in 1 and 2. Gebhardt is 4th, Fisher 5th, Jamison 6th. Riley Goodnow in the run now on Jamison, looking for that 6th position in turns 3 and 4. The leader now starting to approach the back of the field for the first time. So traffic on the midway here, as we have 15 scored and 10 remaining. Worley trying to stay in touch, hoping that traffic can help him out, as we have another incident in turns 3 and 4. Both Tyler Lee and Chris Martin sideways, and that will bring out another caution. Ryan Bunton, Tanner Gebhardt, Colton Fisher, top 5 as we get set to go back to green. Nose under Worley there into 1 and 2. Now Ryan Bunton with a run down the back straightaway. He'll try to take second back from Cody Worley. A couple of former champions going at it for that second spot. Now they switch positions as Bunton goes back to second. Gebhardt still in that 4th spot. Fisher is 5th. Ryan Jamison runs 6th. Tasker Phillips up to 7th. As Tasker starting to get the field for the short track here in that 1 Taz car. Neinhiser again putting some distance between himself and his challengers. That's about a half straightaway lead down the back stretch. This time around we'll score lap number 19. Bunton and a little bobble off of turn 4. Here comes Worley charging on the inside in turn 1. Your battle is for second. Ryan able to shut the door on him as they go through 1 and 2. 20 laps now in the scorebook, 5 remain, as Gebhardt now looking to make that a 3-car tussle in the secondary spot. Tanner Gebhardt after the tough luck in the opener down at 34, where it looked like he had some major motor problems, has things back together, and he is looking good here tonight, running in that 4th spot. Young driver out of Burlington, Iowa, graduate of Iowa State University. Neinhiser will encounter some loud traffic before this one ends here as we head down the back straightaway. Race to watch is for second, with Ryan Bunton and Cody Worley still going at it. We'll see if traffic does anything for Paul Neinhiser. He will have to leave the bottom eventually, as Clark, Zoom, and Parks are all in that low groove. Neinhiser down the outside of the traffic in turns 3 and 4. Gets around both Clark and Zoom. As the white flag waves, 1 to go. Down the back straightaway and through turns 3 and 4. One final time, your feature winner here tonight. Second win in a row on the Sprint Invaders season. That'll be Paul Neinhiser. Running second will be the 6-car Ryan Bunton. Third, Cody Worley, the 40C. Fourth will be Tanner Gebhardt. Fifth, it will be Colton Fisher. Then it's Ryan Jamison, Tasker Phillips, Riley Goodnow, Cam Martin, McCain Richards, Tyler Lee, Chase Richards, Nate Parks, Dustin Clark, and Alan Zutens. will be your unofficial rundown in this one. Slide job, but he pulled off the crossover and he's going up top. We'll send it down to Bill Wright to talk to your winner.
How about a round of applause for Paul Neinhiser here? Well, Paul, I know it's been a long week for you. 3 different cars this week, but things definitely in order tonight with Scott here.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody for sticking it out here on a Sunday night to come watch us race. It's always a pleasure to come to Vin. You know, we're back-to-back now here, so I'd like to think maybe we're figuring out the setup here for this track, 50 cars. So thanks, Matt Kinney for the engines, Stronghurst Collision, Midland Performance, everybody on this car that gets us here. It means a lot and pretty cool to start out the Invaders season 2 for 2.
The track was pretty dry for the dash. Talk about the prep that they did and how that changed your approach, if at all.
Yeah, you know, it was just pretty crumbly there in the dash, and they did a little bit of track prep, but the surface was hard enough that we kind of knew. What's wrong with her? Hi, sister. So.
All right, that's all you got. Congratulations. One more round of applause. Paul Neinhiser, your winner tonight. We will see you again on Sunday, July 7th. The Sprint Invaders will return. Back of her head. Bull. It was a bull. Or the bull ring. Yeah, we're at the bull ring. Benton County.